everybody. Scooty007 here, bringing you another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. In today's game, we've got the 10-13 Arizona Diamondbacks taking on the 7-17 San Diego Padres. This is game 2 of a 3-game series between the Diamondbacks and the Padres. Padres taking the first game of the series. Can the Diamondbacks come back to tie things up? We'll find out in 9 innings time. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Leading off, the center fielder, Crispy Young. Batting second, the left fielder, Eric Barnes. Batting third, the second baseman, Orlando Hudson. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the first baseman, Connor Jackson. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Mark Reynolds. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Justin Upton. Batting seventh, the shortstop, Stephen Drew. Batting eighth, the catcher, Miguel Montero. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Mika Owens. On the mound for the Padres, it's Justin Germano. He'll come in today's game with a starting ERA of a 6.14. No wins and 3 losses. He's pitched 22 innings, allowed 34 hits, 6 strikeouts, and 4 walks. We're here at Petco Park, which gives a +1 to strikeouts, nothing to walks, and nothing to home runs. And with that, Crispy Young makes his way up into the batter's box as the home plate umpire dusts it off, and we're ready to start this game. Here's the pitch to Chris. He's batting a 195. And that is going to be a 2-3, column 2, row 3. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 6-4, column 6, row 4. That's going to be good for a base hit out there into left field. And with that, Chris will lead this game off with a base hit. All right, let's take a look at the starting defense for the Padres. We've got McAngerly out there in left field. Edmonds will be in center. Giles will be at right. Going around the horn, we've got Kuzminov on third. Green will be at short. Iguchi will be on second. Gonzalez at first. Morton will be behind the plate, and Justin is on the mound. Runner on first. Infield is at double play depth. And when we do have a runner on base, we do roll for strategy. Strategy roll is a 6. The Diamondbacks are holding off. Eric Barnes batting a 247. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-2, column 5, row 2. Possible error on a ground ball. Now on an error check, that is the number in the brackets that we do check. Barnes, and that is going to be a 5-2, column 5, row 2. That's a fly ball to Edmonds. His error range is a 1 to 8. But he'll make the catch and put one away. Orlando Hudson batting a 342. Strategy roll is an 11. Diamondbacks holding off. Infield still at double play depth, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 2-5, column 2, row 5. That is a split result. Orlando Hudson, being a switch hitter, he's batting left, so we are going to look to the left-handed side of the slash, and that is a double start. Now, double start off the pitcher card. In the physical game, if you are playing using the physical cards and dice game, you're going to roll 1d6. That'll tell you the auto outline on the double star line. Here in the PC game, it'll automatically choose it. It'll randomly select it. And in this case, it's going to be a fly ball back there to Giles. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 2 away. 2 up, 2 down, 2 away. And that's going to bring up Connor Jackson now. With 2 outs and a runner on base, that we add a +1 to the base run rating. Connor Jackson batting a .240. Infield normal depth. Strategy roll is a 7. Padres holding off. And the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-4. Column 3, row 4. That is a blank. Over to Jackson. We roll for Jackson. 5-6. Column 5, row 6. And that is going to be a base hit out there into center field. And we'll take a look for runner advancement. On balls hit to S8, it's a -2 from first to third. The die roll is a 4, and the rule says if the roll is less than or equal to the adjusted base run rating, the runner will advance. Otherwise, he holds, and he will hold at. We have runners on first and second. And that's going to bring up Mark Reynolds. Reynolds batting a .262. Runners on first and second, and the pitch. And that's going to be a 3-1, column 3, row 1 at the ballpark. Anytime you roll the @ symbol, you resolve the play using the ballpark card. So in this case, we're going to resolve this play at Petco Park. We go to the ballpark card, and that is going to be a 1-4, column 1, row 4. It's a fly ball to right field. Giles will make the catch, and that will retire the side. So no runs, 2 hits, no errors, but the Diamondbacks will leave 2 stranded. We go to the bottom of the first, and here is the starting lineup for the San Diego Padres. Leading off, the right fielder, Brian Giles. Batting second, the left fielder, Paul McAnually. Batting third, the first baseman, Adrian Gonzalez. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the third baseman, Kevin Kuzminoff. Batting fifth, the center fielder, Jim Edmonds. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Kali Green. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Tahito Iguchi. Batting eighth, the catcher, Colt Morton. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Justin Guerrero. And on the mound for the Diamondbacks, it's Mika Owings. He'll come in today's game with a starting ERA of a 3.20. 3 wins and 1 loss. He's pitched 25 1/3 of an inning, allowed 22 hits, 19 strikeouts, and 8 walks. And with that, Brian Giles will step up into the batter's box. He's batting a .256. And we're off. And it's a 3-1, column 3, row 1. That is a strikeout on a 1-5. Remember, we add 1 to the range for the strikeout. So it's a 1-5. The 13 is too high. And that is going to be a 4-4, column 4, row 4, fly ball to Young. He'll see it, make the catch. And that'll put 1 away. And that'll bring up Paul McAnually. Let's take a look at the starting defense for the Diamondbacks. We got Barnes out there in left field. Young will be at center. Upton at right field, going around the horn. We've got Reynolds on third. Drew will be at short. Hudson on second. Jackson will be at first. Montero will be behind the plate. And Owings will be on the mound. And with that, Paul McAnually batting a .211 and the pitch. 1 out, nobody on. Infield at normal depth. And that is going to be a 5-2, column 5, row 2. That's a strikeout on a 1 to 14. The 19 is too high. And that is going to be a 6-6, column 6, row 6. It's a pop-up to first base. Jackson will get underneath it. He'll make the catch. And that'll be out number 2. 2 up, 2 down, and that's going to bring up Adrian Gonzalez. Gonzalez batting a 256. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 2-4, column 2, row 4. It's a split result. Gonzalez is a left-handed batter, so on the pitcher card, we'll look to the left-handed side of the slash. And that is a blank. And that is going to be a 3-4, column 3, row 4. It's a base hit past second base. And with that, Gonzalez will get on with a base hit. Two outs, runner on first, and that's going to bring up Kevin Kuzminoff. He's batting a 244. Strategy roll is a 3, infield normal depth. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-4, column 4, row 4. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 5-1, column 5, row 1. That's a pop-up to first base. Jackson will get underneath it and make the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and the Padres will leave 1 stranded. After 1, we're tied at 0. We go to the top of the second. It'll be Justin Upton, Stephen Drew, and Miguel Montero due up for the Diamondbacks. Justin Upton batting a 235 and the pitch. That is going to be a 5-3, column 5, row 3. Home run on a 1 to 12. That is a 10, and that ball is out of here. Hits it down the left field side, annually going back, chasing it to the wall, and that ball's in the stands. 1-0 on a solo home run by Justin Upton. And it puts the Diamondbacks on the board. They take the lead, and that is Justin's fourth home run of the replay, first of the game. Stephen Drew batting a 277 and the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-4, column 6, row 4. Possible error on a throw. And that is going to be a 1-6, column 1, row 6. That's a single to right field to Giles. We will check his error rating. It's on a 1 to 10. It's a 19. There is no error. Throwing only applicable if throwing for runner advancement. Otherwise, no error on the play. And with that, Drew will get on with a base hit. Miguel Montero up. He's batting a 200. Strategy roll is a 16. Infield at double play depth. Diamondbacks holding off, and the pitch. And that is going to be a 1-4, column 1, row 4. It's a wild pitch. On a 1 to 15, it's a wild pitch. On a 16 to 17, it's a pass ball. It's a 12. It's a wild pitch. And with that, Drew will move over to second. We're going to roll for Montero, and that is going to be a 5-2, column 5, row 2. It's a fly ball to left field. Annually will get underneath it. He'll make the catch, and with that, Drew will hold at second. He would have advanced to third if the die roll was less than or equal to, we subtract 2, on with runners on second and less than 2 outs to left field. And with that, it's going to bring up the pitcher, Mika Owings. He's batting a .583. Strategy roll is a 15. It's going to be a sacrifice play. And that is going to be a 4-2, column 4, row 2. It's a strikeout. However, he does bunt it. So that is a 1. We bunt it up the middle to the pitcher. It's a good bunt of a bunt rating of a 3. It's a good sack bunt. So 2 outs, and that'll get Drew over to third. Strategy roll is a 14 as they throw out Owings at first. We go to the top of the order. Crispy Young, 1 for 1 today, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 1-5, column 1, row 5 at the ballpark. We're going to go to Petco Park, and that is going to be a 5-3, column 5, row 3. It's a fly ball back there to Edmonds, who sees it, eyes it up, and plops it right into his glove. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and the Diamondbacks will leave 1 stranded. We go to the bottom of the first. It's Jim Edmonds, Collie Green, and Iguchi due up for the Padres. Edmonds batting a .250, and the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-6, column 6, row 6. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 1-3, column 1, row 3. It's a ground ball to the shortstop. Drew will get that play and put 1 away. Collie Green batting a .213. And that is going to be a 4-1, column 4, row 1. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 1-5, column 1, row 5. Double star 4. So we'll come up to the double star line, come over to the 4th position. It's a ground ball down the first baseline. Jackson will make that play there. And that'll put 2 away. And next up is Iguchi. He's batting a .235. And that is going to be a 6-5, column 6, row 5. That's a strikeout. On a 1-11, the 17 is too high. 2 up, 2 down. And that's going to be a 2-3, column 2, row 3. Ground ball to second base. Hudson will get it, throw it over to Jackson for the out. And the Diamondbacks will retire. And the Diamondbacks will retire the Padres in order. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 2, it's Diamondbacks 1, Padres nothing. We go to the top of the 3rd. Eric Barnes, Orlando Hudson, and Connor Jackson due up for the Diamondbacks. Eric Barnes 0 for 1, and the pitch. And that is going to be a 1-5, column 1, row 5 at the ballpark. We're going to go to Petco Park, and that is going to be a 6-3, column 6, row 3, double star 5, fly ball back there to McAnually. He'll make the catch, and that'll put 1 away. Orlando Hudson 0 for 1, and the pitch. Hudson 4-3, column 4, row 3. That's going to be a wild pitch. Nobody is on, so we're just going to roll for the batter. And that is going to be a 2-2, column 2, row 2. Fly ball back there to McAnually. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 2 away. 2 up, 2 down. Connor Jackson 1 for 1, and the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-6, column 4, row 6. We consider that a blank right now. And reason being is Justin has not faced his allowed number of batters. So it's a blank. And that is going to be a 2-6. Column 2, row 6. It's a double out there in the right field. So Jackson will get on with a double. And that is going to bring up Mark Reynolds. Reynolds is 0 for 1. Reno on second, 2 outs, infield at normal depth, strategy rolls a 13, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-1, column 5, row 1. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 6-1, column 6, row 1. Power hit to Edmonds. Now, it's a right-handed header, right-hand question mark. So in a 1-3, it's a single. 4 is a double. 5-9, it's a triple. It's a 15, it's a fly out. And that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors. And the Diamondbacks will leave 1 stranded. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Colt Morton, Justin Germano, and Brian Giles due up for the Padres. Colt, first time we're seeing him up in the lineup. No average yet for him. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-2, column 4, row 2. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 2-1, column 2, row 1. It's on a 1-13, it's a single. It's a 15, it's a fly out. Young gets under it, goes all the way back onto the track. He'll make the catch right at the start of the warning track, and that'll put 1 away. Justin Germano. And average right now is a 429. He's batting a 429. And the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-6, column 3, row 6. That is a strikeout on a 1-18. That is a 3. Struck him out. Struck him out, and we go to the top of the order. Brian Giles, 0 for 1. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-2, column 4, row 2. That is a walk plus. Now, on a walk plus, we add 10 to the range of the walk, plus any other factors from the ballpark. In this case, Petco Park is a neutral park when it comes to walks, so we add 0 to that. So we add 10. That makes it a 1-24. That is a 6, and that is going to be good for a walk. So Giles will get on with as he'll trot on down to first, and that's going to bring up Paul McAnally, who is 0 for 1. Strategy roll is a 1, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-3, column 3, row 3. That is a walk. On a 1-17, that is a 3. And that is the second walk. And that is the second walk allowed by Owings today so far. Runners on first and second. Strategy roll is a 13. Adrian Gonzalez, 1 for 1. And the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-3, column 3, row 3. Walk. On a 1-10, the 15 is too high. And that is going to be a 6-5, column 6, row 5. Fly ball back there. Upton will get underneath it. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, and no errors, but 2 left on for the Padres. After 3, it's Diamondbacks 1, Padres, nothing. We go to the top of the fourth. Justin Upton, Stephen Drew, and Miguel Montero due up for the Diamondbacks. Justin Upton, 1-for-1 today with a home run, a run, and an RBI. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-5, column 4, row 5, strikeout on a 1-15. That is a 7, struck him out. And that'll put one away. Stephen Drew, who is 1-for-1, and the pitch. 2-6, column 2, row 6. It's 1 out, nobody on. Infield at normal depth, by the way. That is a blank. 2-2, column 2, row 2. Line drive to third base. Kuzminov will get it. Throw it across the horn to Gonzalez. And that'll be out number 2. 2 up, 2 down, and that's going to bring up Miguel Montero, who is 0-for-1, and the pitch. And that is going to be a 1-6, column 1, row 6. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 3-6, column 3, row 6. That's going to be good for a base hit. And with that, Montero will get on with a base hit. Mika Owings, who is bat 0-for-1, 0-for-0 today. Strategy rolls a 14, by the way. Infield normal depth on a 1-9, 6-5, column 6, row 5. That is a strikeout. On a 1-19, that is a 19. Struck him out. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors. Diamondbacks leave 1 stranded. We go to the bottom. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's Kevin Kuzminov, Jim Edmonds, and Collie Green due up for the Padres. Kuzminov 0-for-1, and the pitch. And that is going to be a 1-4, column 1, row 4, double question mark. Now, we do follow the double question mark. In this case, it's going to be a double star on a 1-5. The 8 is too high. And that is going to be a 1-3, column 1, row 3, fly ball back there to Young. Young will get underneath it and make the catch. And puts one away. Jim Edmonds, 0-for-1, and the pitch. The pitch to Edmonds, and that's going to be a 6-5, 4-5, sorry, column 4, row 5. Possible error on a throw. Whose error range are we checking? And that's going to be a 6-1, column 6, row 1. Line drive to Drew. His error range is on a 1-5. It's a 17, no error there. And that'll put 2 away. 2 up and 2 down, and that's going to bring up Collie Green. Green is 0-for-1 on the pitch. The pitch to Green, and that's going to be a 6-3, column 6, row 3. Possible error. And that is going to be a 3-1, column 3, row 1, to Barnes. His error range is on a 1-3. And that is an 18, no error there. He'll make the catch. And the Diamondbacks quickly retire the Padres in order. 1, 2, 3, have a seat. And that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, and no errors. And none left on for the Padres as we go to the after 4. Diamondbacks 1, Padres nothing. We go to the top of the 5th. Crispy Young, Eric Barnes, and Orlando Hudson due up for the Diamondbacks. Top of the order, Chris Young, 1 for 2 today, and the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-1, column 6, row 1. possible error. And that is going to be a 3-1, column 3, row 1. Ground ball down the third baseline. Kuzminov will get the ball. Throw it over to Gonzalez. It is an error check, and his error range is a 1. That is a 10. No error there. As he'll make the play. 1 away. Eric Burns 0 for 2 and the pitch. 1 out, nobody on. And that is going to be a 6-4, column 6, row 4. Possible error on a throw. And that is going to be a 3-6, column 3, row 6. Now, same thing when we have a split off of the batter card. We look to see if the pitcher is left or right-handed. In this case, Justin is a right-handed pitcher. So that's going to be a ground ball to Green. Error range for Green is on a 1 to 9. That's a 19. No error there. And that'll be 2 away. 2 up, 2 down, and that's going to bring up Orlando Hudson. Hudson 0 for 2 today. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 2-2, column 2, row 2. Wild pitch. Nobody is on, so we're going to roll for the batter. And that is going to be a 3-1, column 3, row 1. Ground ball down the third baseline. Kuzminov will get that. And that will retire the side as he throws it over to first base. So no runs, no hits, and no errors as the Padres retire the Diamondbacks in order. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's Iguchi, Morton, and Germano due up for the Padres. Iguchi is 0 for 1 and the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-5, column 6, row 5. That is a strikeout on a 1 to 11. That is a 3. Struck him out. So that'll be 1 away, and that's going to bring up Colt Morton. Morton is 0 for 1 and the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-5, column 3, row 5. Strikeout on a 1 to 16. That is an 11. Struck him out. 2 up, 2 down, and that's going to bring up Justin 0 for 1 with a strikeout and the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-3, column 6, row 3. Possible error on a throw. And that is going to be a 5-3, column 5, row 3. Ground ball up the middle to Owings. He'll make the catch. Error range is a 0. That is a 1. No error there. And that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors as the Diamondbacks retire the Padres in order. After 5, it's Diamondbacks 1, Padres nothing. We go to the top of the 6th. Connor Jackson, Mark Reynolds, and Justin Upton due up for the Diamondbacks. Connor Jackson 2 for 2 today with a double and the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-3, column 4, row 3. Wild pitch. Nobody on, so we're going to roll for the batter. And that is going to be a 3-6, column 3, row 6. Base hit down the third baseline. So hit that past Kuzminov, and it's a fair ball. And Jackson will lead off with a base hit. Mark Reynolds. Reynolds is 0 for 2. Strategy roll is a 4. Infield double play and the pitch. Strategy roll is a 4, by the way. Diamondbacks holding off. And that is going to be a 1-3, column 1, row 3. That's a base hit. By the way, Justin can face 2 more batters before he is considered tired. That's going to be good for a base hit. Reynolds being a right-handed batter, so in the pitcher card, we do look to the right-handed side of the slash. Jackson will go to second, but does he pick up third? He'll go from first to third with a base run rating of a 4-6. That is a 3 he will hold. Bullpen for the Padres starting to warm up. Strategy roll is a 20. It's a pickoff attempt. Justin does not pick anyone off. That is a 10. We'll still show that off. And that is going to be a 3-1, column 3, row 1 at the ballpark. We're going to go to Petco Park. And that is a 5-1, column 5, row 1. That is a blank. Now, when you roll a blank result off the ballpark card, there were 3 of them on every ballpark card. It is a rare play. So let's see what the rare play happens here. And the pitcher develops a possible blister on hand. Check for injury to Justin Germano. He is injured and will miss 7 games. So I'm going to mark that down on my DL list. All right, so Justin is out, and we are going to need a new pitcher to come in for Upton here, and that is going to be, let's take a look, who are they going to bring in? And they got a couple lefties, they got a couple left-handed batters coming up. So they are going to go with Joe is going to come in. Joe Thatcher. Thatcher going to come in. He comes into the game with a 27 ERA, no wins and no losses. He's got 1 inning pitched, allowed 6 hits and 1 strikeout, no walks. So we do have an injury to the pitcher. We're going to re-roll the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-4, column 6, row 4. It's a base hit. Jackson goes to third. Is waved around home. He'll go from second to home on a 2 through 6. That is a 3. It's an RBI single by Justin Upton. It's 2-0 Diamondbacks. Reynolds on second. Does he go to third? He will advance from first to third on a 4-6. That is a 2. Reynolds will hold. And with that, Steven Drew 1 for 2 today. Strategy roll is a 17. Diamondbacks holding off. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-1, column 3, row 1. That's a strikeout. On a 1 to 10, that is a 7. Struck him out. And that'll put 1 away. Miguel Montero 1 for 2 and the pitch. Strategy rolls a 15. Infield double play depth. 4-1, column 4, row 1. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 6-5, column 6, row 5, double star 1. It's a ground ball to Iguchi. He'll make the play. Now we'll check for double play rating. That is a 3. 0-0, the pivot being the shortstop. It's hit to second base. So with that, Reynolds will go to second. Now, we have a die roll of a 4, ground double play rating of a 3, and the roll is greater than the runner on first. It's a force out at second, so Upton will get forced out. And with that, Montero will get on with a base hit. So fielder's choice, 2 outs, puts runners on the corners. Strategy roll is a 6 and Mika Owings up. Owings going to take the hit, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-3, column 5, row 3. It's a wild pitch on a 1-2. It's a pass ball. It's a 19, nothing happens. And that is going to be a 5-1, column 5, row 1. Ground ball to the shortstop to Green. He'll make the catch there. And that will retire the side. So 1 run, 3 hits, and no errors, and 2 left on for the Diamondbacks. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Brian Giles, Paul McAnally, and Adrian Gonzalez due up for the Padres. Top of the order, Brian Giles 0 for 1 with a walk, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 2-4, column 2, row 4. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 4-2, column 4, row 2. It's a ground ball to Hudson. He'll make the catch. And that will put 1 away. Paul McAnally 0 for 1 with a walk. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-5, column 5, row 5. Strikeout on a 1-14. That is a 2. Struck him out. And that'll put 2 away. Adrian Gonzalez 1 for 2 and the pitch. And that is going to be a 1-3, column 1, row 3. That is a strikeout on a 1-12. That is a 1. Struck him out. Struck him out, so no runs, no hits, and no errors as the Diamondbacks retire the Padres in order after 6. It's Diamondbacks 2, Padres nothing. We go to the top of the 7th. It's Crispy Young, Eric Barnes, and Orlando Hudson due up for the Diamondbacks. Chris Young 1 for 3, and here is the pitch. And that is a 2-2, column 2, row 2. Joe Thatcher going back out there on the mound, by the way. And that is going to be good for a base hit. Bullpen for the Padres starting to warm up. So they are giving the 1 more. Chris, he is tired. So when a pitcher is tired in this, we will now, if we roll a 6-1, a 6-2, or a 1-6, he will be removed from the game. That's an auto-remove feature from the game. Strategy roll, by the way, is a 10. Eric Barnes 0 for 3. And the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-3, column 5, row 3. Wild pitch on a 1-2. It's a pass ball. 13, nothing happens. Eric Barnes. And that is going to be a 5-3, column 5, row 3. Fly ball back there to Edmonds. He'll make the catch. And puts 1 away. Orlando Hudson, 0 for 3 as well. Strategy roll 16. Runner on first. Infield at double play depth. And the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-3, column 6, row 3. That is a walk on a 1-10. The 7 in range. And that is a walk. And with that, Connor Jackson. They're going to keep him out there. Connor Jackson, strategy roll is a 2. Runners on first and second. Jackson. And that is going to be a 1-2, column 1, row 2. That is a walk on a 1-19. That is a 9. That is a walk. And the bases are loaded, and with that, here comes the skipper to go get Joe Thatcher out of the And they are taking the ball away from Joe. So the call to the bullpen once again has been made here in the top of the seventh. And we've got a right, and left coming up. So they're going to bring in Kevin Carmelian. Kevin's going to come into the game. No ERA from him. He'll get the call up there. No ERA. 4 innings pitched, allowed 2 hits, 1 strikeout, and 1 walk. Taking a look at the stats here for Justin, he went 5 innings, allowed 8 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 2 strikeouts, 1 home run, 1 wild pitch, an ERA of a 5.67. Joe Thatcher, he went 1 1/3 of an inning, allowed 2 hits, no runs, no earned runs, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, an ERA of an 11.74. And with that, Carmen's done warming up. Mark Reynolds, 1 for 3. Strategy rolls of 15. Diamondbacks holding off, and the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-6, column 5, row 6. It's a range play at the ballpark. Now, on a range check, we're going to check the first number. And that is going to be a fly ball back there to Annually. His range is on a 1-2. It's a 6. He can't make the play. We're going to check the D20 on a 5-20. It is a single. That's a base hit for Reynolds. And with that, 1 run scores. We are going to check for runner advancement on a 1. It tells us to check the second die. The lead runner here will advance. So the lead runner is Orlando Hudson. He advances. And it's now 4-0. And let's see, if the roll is less than or equal to, no. So we have a 2. The die roll is a 4. The lead runner still advances. If the roll is less than, if the roll is higher, the trailing runner holds. And in this case, Connor Jackson will hold at first. It's a 2-run RBI single by Mark Reynolds. And the Diamondbacks are up 4-0. One out, strategy rolls are turned off, and the reason they are turned off is we take the difference in the score. In this case, it's a 4-run game. We take the 4, add it to the inning we're in. We're in the 7th inning, so 4 plus 7 is 11. If the number you get when you add the difference to the score to the inning is greater than 10, strategy rolls are turned off until that number is 10 or less. Justin Upton, 2 for 3 today with a home run, a strikeout, a run, and 2 RBIs. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-5, column 5, row 5. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 5-6, column 5, row 6. It's a fly ball to Giles. He'll make the catch. It's an out. However, Jackson on second on an F9. We got a runner on second, so ball's hit to F9. We subtract 0. That is a 5. We take our die roll it against it. If it's a 5 or less, he advances to third, and with that, he does. So runners on the corners. And that is going to bring up Stephen Drew with 2 outs, runners on the corners, infield normal depth. Drew, 1 for 3 with a strikeout and the pitch. And that is going to be a 2-2, column 2, row 2. That is a strikeout. On a 1-9, that is a 2. Struck Cam out, and Sing, take me out to the ball game. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on for the Diamondbacks. We go to the bottom of the 7th, and that's going to be Kevin Kuzminoff, Jim Edmonds, and Collie Green due up for the Padres. Taking a look here at Mika Owings, he can face 4 more batters before he is considered tired. So let's take a look at the box score after 6.5 have been played here in San Diego. The Diamondbacks scored a run in the 2nd. They scored 1 run in the 6th, and they scored 2 here in the top of the 7th. It's 4 runs on 11 hits and no errors. The Padres only managed to get off 1 hit. They've been shut out so far through 6. 12 hits have been recorded between both teams. And a total of 12 men have been left on base. Kevin Kuzminoff 0 for 2 and the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-6, column 4, row 6. Possible error on a ground ball. And that is going to be a 4-5, column 4, row 5. It's a double in the right into left field. Error range for Barnes is on a 1 to 3. That is a 3. It's an error. It's a 1-base error. So it's a double, but Kuzminoff will pick up the extra base. He'll go to 3rd. It's the first error committed in this game, and it's the first error of the replay committed by Barnes. No outs, runner in 3rd, 90 feet away. Jim Edmonds 0 for 2. And the pitch infield, normal depth, by the way. And that is going to be a 1-3, column 1, row 3. That's a strikeout on a 1 to 12. That is a 3. Struck him out. And that's 1 away. Collie Green 0 for 2. And the pitch. Infield still at normal depth. That is going to be a 1-5, column 1, row 5, strikeout. On a 1 to 13, the 19 is too high. And that is going to be a 3-5, column 3, row 5, fly ball back there to Young. He'll make the catch. And with that, we are going to check to see if it's a sac fly. We roll 1d6 if it's less than the SF rating of the batter plus the MOD rating. The runner scores. SF rating is a 5. That is a +2, that makes it a 2. And with that, it's a sac fly. Two outs, and the Padres are on the board. It's 4-1. They're down by 3. And next up, it's going to be Iguchi, who is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And here is the pitch. 2 outs, nobody on. That's going to be a 6-6. Column 6, row 6. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 5-5, column 5, row 5. Ground ball to Drew. He makes the catch. And that will retire the side. So 1 run, 1 hit, and 1 error, none left on for the Padres. After 7, it's Diamondbacks 4, Padres 1. We go to the top of the 8th. It's Miguel Montero, Mika Owings, and Chris B. Young due up. And with that, Kevin Carmen, who can face 2 more batters. Carmen not going to go back out there. So they are going to send in Heath Bell. Bell going to come into the game now. He's coming in with a ERA of a 1.13. No wins and no losses. He's pitched 8 innings, allowed 3 hits, 12 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Taking a look at the stats here for Joe Thatcher, he gave up 2 runs, and that 2 earned runs gives his ERA now a 19.57. Kevin Carmen, who went 2/3 of an inning, allowed 1 hit, 1 strikeout, and no ERA at nothing. Still at a 0. So with that, Miguel Montero 1 for 3 and the pitch. And that is going to be a 1-2, column 1, row 2, home run chance on a 0. The 14 is too high. However, that's going to be a 6-2, so nothing on the home run check there. 6-2, column 6, row 2. It's a base hit past second base. And with that, Miguel will get on with a base hit. Mika Owings not going to take the hit here. So Mika is done. They are going to bring in Alex Romeo is going to come in to pinch hit. Alex Romeo coming in to pinch hit for Mika. He comes into the game with batting a .250. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-5, column 5, row 5. That is a walk. On a 1-2, the 12 is too high. And that is going to be a 2-2, column 2, row 2. It's a pop-up to green. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 1 away. We go to the top of the order. Crispy Young, 2 for 4 today with a run scored. And the pitch. And that is going to be a 2-1, column 2, row 1, strikeout on a 1-14. That is a 12. Struck him out. So 2 up, 2 down, and that's going to bring up Eric Barnes. Barnes 0 for 4. And the pitch. Barnes 6-5, column 6, row 5. That is a walk. On a 1-8, that is a 5. That's going to be good for a walk. And with that, Heath is now tired. As they bring up, as Orlando Hudson comes up, are they going to let Heath pitch? They are. Hudson 0 for 3 with a walk and a run. Is Hudson going to take the hit? He is. And here is the pitch. Hudson 6-4, column 6. Row 4, strikeout on a 1-10. The 19 is too high. And that is going to be a 1-6, column 1, row 6. That is a single past the shortstop. It's a split result. Heath being a right-handed batter, so on the right-handed pitcher, sorry. Right-handed pitcher, so on the batter card, we look to the right-handed side of the slash. It's a base hit past green. So that'll load the bases. Miguel Montero on third. He'll go from second home on a 3-6. He'll hold with a 2. And they just need 1 more out. They are going to keep him out there. However, they are giving him 1 more. Connor Jackson, 3 for 3 today with a double, a walk, and a run scored, and the pitch. And that'll be a 5-2, column 5, row 2. It's a strikeout on a 1-5. That is a 2. Struck him out. Struck him out, and that will retire the side. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. And the Diamondbacks will leave them loaded. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Colt Morton, Heath Bell, and Brian Giles due up. For the Padres, Diamondbacks now going to the bullpen for the first time in this game, and they are going to bring in We're going to bring in Tony or Penna. Penna going to come in. Penna comes into the game with a 2.34 ERA. No wins and no losses. One save. He's pitched 7 2/3 of an inning. Allowed 9 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Mika, he went 7 innings. Allowed 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, and an ERA of a 2.79. And the only change, and they are going to make a change here to the lineup. Connor Jackson going to come out at first. And they're going to bring in Chris Buke is going to take over at first. So Buke is on at first. Colt Morton, 0 for 2. Morton going to take the hit, and here is the pitch. Morton, 5-4, column 5, row 4. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 2-1, column 2, row 1. Power hit to Young. On a 1 to 13, it's a single. It's a 5. That's good for a base hit. And Morton is on with a base hit. Infield double play depth. Heath Bell not taking the hit here. They are going to bring in Tony Clark, who's a switch hitter. Clark going to come in. Clay Morton. And they're going to do a pinch runner here as well. And they are going to bring in Drew. Yeah. Drew's going to come in the pinch run here. So Drew will come in the pinch run. Tony Clark comes in to the game with a batting a 154. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 1-4, column 1, row 4. Home run chance on a 1 to 14. The 19 is too high. 17 will be definitely out of range. On a 1-6, column 1, row 6, double star 4. Ground ball to Hudson. Hudson makes the catch. And that is going to be good for a double play. Ground double play rating is a -1. Drew is a 0. Ground double play chart on a G4. The pivot's going to be the shortstop. It's a 4-6-3 double play. And they turn the double play, and we go to the top of the order. Brian Giles, 0 for 2 with a walk. And here is the pitch. Giles going to take the hit here. 3-5, column 3, row 5. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 2-4, column 2, row 4, fly ball to Burns. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and none left on after 8. Diamondbacks 4, Padres 1. We go to the top of the 9th. It's Mark Reynolds, Justin Upton, and Stephen Drew due up for the Diamondbacks. Will we see some 9th inning magic? We're going to go back to the bullpen for the Padres. And they are going to bring in Mike Adams. Adams is going to come in. And we do have a new catcher, and that is going to be Colt Morton. Colt Morton is going to come in. McAnally is also going to come out at left field. So they are making some changes there. Annually at left. Right field is Brian Giles. Who's in center? Jim A. So with that, Annually going to come out, and they're going to bring in Scott Hairston. Will take over there at right field. Alexi Cabri is going to come in to take over there. And at third base, they're going to bring in Chase Headley. Headley going to take over at third. No changes to they're not going to do any double switches there. Mark Reynolds. Mike Adams, let's take a look at his. He is 1-for-0. He's pitched 8 1/3 innings, allowed 6 hits, 6 strikeouts, and 3 walks. No saves. Taking a look at the stats here for Heath Bell. He went 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, an ERA of a 1.0. Padres had to go deep into the lineup tonight. Let's take a look at the box score after 8. Arizona Diamondbacks scored a run in the second, a run in the 6th, 2 in the 7th. Shutout in the 8th, 4 runs on 13 hits and 1 error. The Padres scored the only run back in the 7th inning. It's 1 run on 3 hits. Mark Reynolds, 2-for-4 with an RBI. Reynolds going to take the hit. And that is going to be a 1-2, column 1, row 2. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 1-1, column 1, row 1. It's a fly ball to Hairston. Hairston will make the catch and put 1 away. Justin Upton, 2-for-4 today with a home run, a strikeout, a run, and 2 RBIs. And that is going to be a 6-2, column 6, row 2, range play at the ballpark. And that is going to be a 1-2, column 1, row 2. It's a ground ball to Iguchi. His range is on a 1-3. It's a 2. Iguchi makes the catch. He had a hustle to it, makes the catch, throws it to Gonzalez for out number 2. By the way, Iguchi is 4 for 6 on his range plays. Stephen Drew, 1 for 4 today with 2 strikeouts. And that is going to be a 3-3, column 3, row 3. That's going to be good for a walk. On a 1-7, that is a 2. That's a walk. And Drew will get on with a base hit. Miguel Montero, 2 for 4, and the pitch. Montero, that's going to be a 2-5, column 2, row 5, blank. And that would be a 2-6, column 2, row 6, ground ball to Iguchi. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, and no errors, and 1 left on for the Diamondbacks. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Scott Hairston, Adrian Gonzalez, and Chase Headley due up. And with that, we do have a new pitcher on the mound. I think they're going to bring in Brandon Lyon. Yep, Lyon going to come into the game. Lyons comes into the game with a 8.06 ERA, 1 win, 1 loss. Does have 1 save. He's pitched 6 2/3 innings, allowed 10 hits and 5 strikeouts, no walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Tony Penna. He went 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, an ERA of a 2.07. Scott here, it's 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup. Hairston going to take the hit. Barnes going to come out at left field. They are going to put in a new left fielder. And they're going to put in Jeff Salazar. Salazar will take over at left field. Hairston, here's the pitch. He's batting a .271. And that is going to be a 6-3, column 6, row 3 at the ballpark. We go to Petco Park, 3-4, column 3, row 4. And that is going to be a fly ball back there to Upton. And that is going to be out number 1. And with that, Gonzalez is 1 for 3 with a strikeout. So they are going to intentionally walk Lyon. And that is going to be a 6-4. And that was an intentionally walk. They're going to go for the double play. Chase Hadley up. And here is the pitch to Hadley. Gonzalez. They're going to keep Gonzalez. They're going to keep Gonzalez in. And that is going to be a 1-1, column 1, row 1, strikeout on a 1-17. The 13 is too high. 13, in range, struck him out. And that'll put 2 away. Jim Edmonds 0 for 3. Edmonds going to take the hit. Actually, no, Edmonds not going to take the hit. Yeah, no, Edmonds. Yep, Edmonds not going to take the hit here. But instead, they're going to bring in Craig Stanberry. Stanberry going to come in. +1 to the base run rating. Stanberry, I think this is the first time we've seen him. Yes, it is the first time we've seen him. And that is going to be a 3-4, column 3, row 4, range play at the ballpark. And that's going to be a 2-2, column 2, row 2. It's a ground ball to the to the catcher. Montero on a 5, that's a 6. Can't get it. And that puts runners on first and second. Collie Green 0 for 2 in the pitch. 6-1, column 6, row 1, strikeout on a 1-13. That is a 3. The tying run came to the plate. And that is a strikeout. Struck him out. And that is the game. As the Arizona Diamondbacks defeat the San Diego Padres of a final score of 4-1. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. Padres leave 2 stranded. Final line score coming right up. So the Arizona Diamondbacks defeat the San Diego Padres of a final score of 4-1. Diamondbacks 4 runs, 13 hits, 1 error. The Padres 1 run on 4 hits and no errors. Mika Owings will get the win. That's his 4th straight win. Justin Germano picks up his 4th straight loss. And Brian Lyons will pick up his 2nd straight save of the replay. Justin Upton hits his 4th home run of the replay. Taking a look at the stats here, we'll take a look. Mika Owings, who went 4 in, who gets the win, is 4-1 right now. 7 innings pitched, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, and an ERA of a 2.79. And Justin Germano, who picks up the fourth straight loss for the Padres, his fourth loss. He went 5 innings, allowed 8 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 2 strikeouts, 1 home run, 1 wild pitch, an ERA of a 5.67. Mike Adams, the last pitcher up, he went 1 inning, allowed 1 walk, an ERA of 8.97. Brian Lyons, who'll pick up the second save, he went 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, an ERA of a 7.01. So that is going to do it for us here at Petco Park as the Diamondbacks tied the series up, both teams with 1 game apiece. Arizona will improve to 11-13. And the Padres will drop to 17-8. If you enjoyed the video, please, that is going to do it for us here. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and a thumbs up on your way through the turnstile. And remember to click that bell notification to be notified of when new videos in the 2008 replay go up. And when I go live with all of the Philadelphia Phillies games. Until then, I'm Skinny 007. We'll see you for another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. Until then, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.